Ethan lived alone on the quiet planet of Aridia, far from the crowded human colonies. He spent his days repairing old machines and scavenging for parts in the rocky plains. Life was simple and lonely, but he liked it that way. One evening, as the twin suns dipped below the horizon, Ethan was cleaning his small cabin when he heard a faint, desperate cry from outside. He froze, listening carefully, because no human ever came to this remote place. Curiosity and caution pulled him toward the sound. Outside, behind a pile of broken metal, Ethan saw a small, shivering figure. Its skin was pale green and wrinkled, with long, fragile limbs. The creature's eyes glowed faintly in the dim light, and it held out its hands, trembling, as if asking for help. Ethan's first thought was to run, because he knew nothing about aliens, but something in the creature's eyes made him stop. He saw fear, pain, and hunger, and a strange connection seemed to spark between them. Without thinking much, he went back inside and grabbed a ration pack and some water. He approached the alien slowly, speaking softly. "It's okay, I won't hurt you." The creature tilted its head, as if it understood, and then reached for the food. Ethan placed the pack on the ground, and the alien began eating carefully, almost politely. As it ate, Ethan noticed the creature had small, intricate tattoos on its arms, glowing faintly. He realized these markings were not decorative, but some kind of language or symbol. He felt a sudden curiosity mixed with unease. "Who are you?" he asked aloud. Even though he knew the alien could not speak like humans, it responded with soft, melodic sounds, and then made a gesture toward the sky, pointing at the stars. Ethan did not understand, but the gesture felt urgent, important. The alien finished eating and looked at him with glowing eyes. It moved slowly and carefully toward a broken spacecraft lying nearby. Ethan followed, wondering how such a fragile creature could survive in the wild. The spacecraft was ancient and barely recognizable, but the alien seemed to know it. It touched the hull gently, and then pressed a small, clawed hand to its chest. Ethan watched, puzzled, and suddenly felt a strange energy, like a quiet hum in the air. It was faint but real, and he realized this creature was not ordinary. Night fell fully, and the air grew colder. Ethan invited the alien into his cabin, offering a blanket and a corner to rest. The creature accepted reluctantly, curling into a small ball, keeping its eyes open and alert. Ethan could feel it studying him as much as he was watching it. Suddenly, the sky shimmered with light, and Ethan looked up. Alarm filled him as he saw ships gliding silently in orbit, strange silhouettes against the twin moons. They were massive and unknown, moving slowly as if scanning the surface below. He turned to the alien, who now raised its hands toward the ceiling. The glow from its tattoos brightened, and a soft, humming vibration filled the room. Ethan felt a wave of calm, as if the creature was telling him, "Do not be afraid." Hours passed quietly, and Ethan stayed awake, watching the alien and the sky. Every sound made him jump, and every shadow seemed dangerous. He did not know what these ships wanted or if they were friendly. The tension was thick, but he felt strangely connected to the fragile alien elder. By dawn, Ethan had made a decision. He would not abandon this creature, no matter the danger. He felt it had saved him from a life of emptiness, giving him purpose and mystery. The alien slowly rose and looked at him with glowing eyes, as if it understood his silent promise. Outside, the morning light touched the rocky plains, but Ethan could not shake the feeling of being watched. The warships above were still there, silent, observing, and though he did not know it yet, this small act of kindness would change the fate of Ethan and the galaxy forever. The alien elder whispered something in a language he could not understand, but its meaning was clear: gratitude, trust, and a warning. Ethan nodded silently, not fully understanding, yet knowing that this night had begun a story far bigger than himself. And so, the quiet cabin on a lonely planet became the starting point of a galactic tale. One simple act of feeding a starving alien had opened a door to mysteries, dangers, and adventures that Ethan could never have imagined. The story was only beginning, and the first chapter ended with a sky full of silent watchers. The morning sun rose over Aridia, painting the rocky plains with golden light. Ethan watched the alien elder carefully, noticing the way it moved with slow, deliberate steps. Every motion seemed purposeful, as if it carried centuries of knowledge. Ethan brought food and water, placing them near the alien, which accepted them politely. The creature's glowing eyes followed him as he worked around the cabin, repairing old tools and machines. It seemed curious about everything, touching surfaces lightly, observing quietly. He tried speaking to it again. "You can rest here safely," he said, but the alien responded with a series of soft sounds and gentle gestures, pointing toward the sky, then toward the broken spacecraft. Ethan felt a chill run down his spine, sensing there was more to this creature than met the eye. Hours passed as they stayed near each other, Ethan noticing that the alien's presence brought a strange calm. It was as if the elder could sense danger before it arrived, and Ethan began to feel less alone. The alien moved closer to the small workbench where Ethan repaired tools, tilting its head as if studying his actions. Suddenly, a soft hum filled the air, and Ethan realized it came from the alien. The glow of its tattoos brightened slightly, pulsing rhythmically, and he could feel a gentle vibration in the floor. He stepped back cautiously, unsure if it was a warning or a sign of something else. The alien made another gesture, touching its chest, then pointing at Ethan, then upward to the sky. The meaning was clear. The ships above were watching, observing the planet and them. Ethan's heart raced as he remembered the shadowy silhouettes he had seen the night before. He asked aloud, "Are they dangerous?" But no answer came, only the alien's calm gaze and a faint pulsing light from its body. Ethan felt a mixture of fear and trust. He decided to act carefully, knowing that one wrong move could draw attention. Later, the alien touched a small glowing device hidden beneath its robes. Ethan recognized it from the spacecraft. It was unlike any human technology, smooth, glowing faintly, and clearly very old. The alien handed it to him carefully, as if passing a sacred gift. Ethan held the device in his hands, feeling a subtle energy flow. He did not understand its full purpose, but he sensed it was powerful, capable of protection or communication. He knew instinctively that this gift came with responsibility, a debt he now owed to the alien. As the day passed, the hum in the room grew louder, and Ethan realized the device responded to his emotions. When he felt nervous, the glow dimmed. When he felt calm, it brightened. He experimented cautiously, testing the limits of its power, wondering how far it could protect them. By late afternoon, shadows from the twin suns stretched across the plains, and Ethan noticed movement outside, small drones descending from the massive ships above. They scanned the area slowly, methodically, looking for something or someone. Ethan froze, realizing the Empire had noticed him and the alien. The alien elder made a series of gestures, urging him to stay calm. It raised its arms and emitted a soft wave of energy, invisible but perceptible, that seemed to confuse the drones momentarily. Ethan watched in awe, seeing that the creature had abilities far beyond his understanding. "Stay close to me," the alien seemed to communicate without words, and Ethan obeyed instinctively. He moved behind the elder as the drones hovered near the cabin, their sensors glowing red, searching for any sign of life or technology. Ethan held his breath, hoping the alien's energy would be enough to shield them. Minutes felt like hours, but the drones eventually retreated slightly, hovering above the cliffs without landing. Ethan exhaled quietly, feeling a mixture of relief and fear. He realized that helping this alien had already drawn the attention of powerful forces, and the coming hours would test him like never before. The alien elder looked at Ethan, its eyes glowing softly, as if to say, "You have done well, but more challenges are coming." Ethan nodded, unsure if he fully understood, but willing to follow, trusting the fragile yet powerful creature. Night began to fall again, painting the sky with shades of violet and red. Ethan and the alien remained inside the cabin, the glowing device resting between them. He felt a growing sense that this was not just a simple act of kindness, but the start of something much larger, a story that would reach far beyond the quiet plains of Aridia. Ethan finally spoke, "I don't know what comes next, but I will protect you." The alien responded with a small sound, almost like a smile, and pressed a glowing hand against his. A bond had formed, quiet but unbreakable, forged by trust and courage. And so, as the twin moons rose, Ethan realized that one small act of feeding a starving alien had changed his life forever. The Empire above was watching, the alien's secrets were deep, and the debt of kindness he now carried would guide him into adventures that spanned the stars. Night fell over Aridia, and the twin moons cast long shadows across the rocky plains. Ethan sat quietly in his cabin, watching the alien elder, whose glowing eyes seemed to pierce the darkness. The hum of the small device between them filled the room with a gentle vibration. Suddenly, the ground trembled slightly, and Ethan looked outside, his heart pounding. Massive shadows moved across the horizon, enormous ships descending from the sky. Their shapes were dark and angular, unlike anything he had seen before, and they blocked the light of the moons. He felt a cold wave of fear, but the alien elder raised its hands, and the glow from its tattoos brightened, pulsing in rhythm with the humming device. Ethan stepped back, unsure if this was a warning or a shield. The first Imperial ship hovered silently above his cabin, enormous doors opening with a hiss. From within, small drones began to descend, scanning the ground with red, glowing sensors. Ethan ducked behind a workbench, his mind racing with questions and fear. He knew he could not outrun these machines, and hiding might not work for long. The alien elder moved closer to him, almost shielding him with its body, and gestured toward the glowing device. Ethan realized he must use it to protect them both. The drones moved slowly, scanning every corner of the cabin. Their lights danced across the walls, reflecting off tools and scattered parts. Ethan held the device, feeling the faint energy pulsing against his palm. The alien made soft sounds, and the glow spread outward, forming a subtle barrier. One drone hovered directly above them, its sensors glowing brighter. Ethan's breath caught in his throat. He could see his reflection in the drone's surface, and he wondered if it could detect fear. The alien elder tilted its head, as if reading his thoughts, and Ethan tried to steady himself. Minutes passed, and the drones hovered silently, as if confused or unable to penetrate the protective energy. Ethan's heart raced, knowing this calm could end at any second. He looked at the alien and whispered, "I hope this is enough." Outside, the other Imperial ships circled slowly, their shadows massive against the terrain. Ethan noticed faint lights on their hulls, scanning for heat and movement. The alien elder gestured again, and the hum grew louder, stronger, vibrating through the floor. The lead drone paused and seemed to hesitate, and then slowly retreated, hovering higher in the sky. Ethan exhaled, feeling a mixture of relief and awe. He did not understand the full power of the elder, but it was clear they were not ordinary beings. Suddenly, a booming voice echoed through the valley, deep and commanding. "Human, step outside and present the alien." Ethan froze, recognizing the authority and power behind the words. He glanced at the elder, whose eyes glowed even brighter, signaling caution. Ethan knew he had to think fast. Hiding would no longer work. He picked up the glowing device and followed the alien outside, moving slowly with hands raised. The drones adjusted their positions, scanning carefully, and the alien elder hovered slightly ahead of him, almost leading him. As they stepped into the open, the sheer scale of the Imperial ships became clear, towers of metal and energy stretching into the sky. Ethan felt small and fragile, but he forced himself to remain calm. The alien elder's glow pulsed in time with his heartbeat, giving him courage. The voice spoke again, now closer, "Do not attempt deception, human, or the consequences will be severe." Ethan nodded silently, and the elder moved its hands, projecting a faint shield of energy around them. The drones hovered nearby, scanning for any unusual signals. A tense silence fell over the plains, broken only by the soft hum of the alien's device. Ethan realized the Empire did not fully understand the elder's power, and this gave them a small advantage. He knew every second mattered, and that clever thinking could save them. Finally, a tall, armored figure appeared on a landing platform above, descending slowly in a beam of light. The figure's presence was commanding, and even the drones seemed to move more cautiously. Ethan swallowed hard, preparing to face the unknown. The alien elder tilted its head toward the Imperial figure, and a faint glow spread from its tattoos. Ethan felt a strange sense of hope, as if the elder had a plan he could not yet understand. The stage was set for confrontation, negotiation, and a test of courage. As the light from the landing platform touched the rocky plains, Ethan stood beside the alien, ready to face the Empire. He did not know what would happen next, but he knew that his act of kindness had already changed everything, and the story of a simple human and a starving alien elder was about to become a tale that echoed across the stars. Ethan and the alien elder stood under the pale light of the twin moons, facing the towering Imperial figure. The glowing device pulsed softly in Ethan's hand, giving him a quiet sense of courage. He knew he had to think quickly, because the Empire's patience was short. The armored figure spoke again, its voice cold and commanding. "Human, explain your actions, or we will take the alien by force." Ethan swallowed hard, then remembered the elder's gestures and the faint energy that radiated from its tattoos. He decided to act carefully, combining courage with cleverness. He raised the device slightly, letting it glow brighter, and spoke. "I helped because it needed food and care, not for reward or fear." The Imperial commander studied him for a long moment, and the drones hovered tensely around them, scanning for hidden threats. The alien elder stepped closer to Ethan, its glowing hands creating a subtle field of energy that shimmered around them both. Ethan realized this was not just protection, but also a silent message to the Empire. Do not underestimate humans. The commander's eyes narrowed, but he paused, showing the smallest sign of hesitation. Ethan continued, this elder has knowledge of the galaxy that could benefit us all. Attacking it would bring consequences you may not expect. The commander's stance shifted slightly, indicating curiosity mixed with caution. The drones buzzed quietly, as if sensing the tension. The elder made a series of gestures, pointing at the device and then at Ethan, and Ethan understood the plan without words. He moved slowly, demonstrating calm and control, while subtly guiding the imperial drones with small signals from the glowing device. Minutes passed like hours, with the Emperor silently watching. The alien elder's energy shield continued to pulse, confusing the sensors of the drones, allowing Ethan to maintain control without drawing overt attention. Every motion had to be precise, every breath calculated. Then, the elder projected a faint signal from its body, sending a soft wave of energy toward the imperial figure. The commander flinched, barely perceptible, and the hum of the alien device seemed to resonate with the ship above. Ethan felt the power of his small human act amplified in ways he could not imagine. He spoke again, this act of kindness is a sign of what humanity can offer, loyalty, courage, and compassion. The elder tilted its head, adding emphasis to his words with gentle hums, and the glowing patterns on its skin flickered like a living code. The commander seemed to process this slowly, visibly torn between authority and curiosity. Suddenly, one of the imperial drones moved closer aggressively, testing the elder's energy field. Ethan reacted instinctively, using the glowing device to project a quick pulse of light and energy. The drone hesitated, then retreated, and Ethan realized that the alien's power combined with human ingenuity had gained them a small advantage. The commander finally spoke, his tone less severe. Human, your courage and the elder's abilities are unusual. I will take this information to my superiors. Ethan kept his stance calm, but his heart raced, knowing that this decision could save their lives. The drones hovered silently, scanning for hidden movements. The alien elder gestured toward the sky, then touched Ethan's shoulder gently, as if praising his courage. Ethan felt a surge of determination, realizing that his small acts of care and bravery had not gone unnoticed. The commander lowered his arms slightly, signaling the end of immediate threat. The ships above shifted in formation, and the drones withdrew a few meters, maintaining surveillance but no longer attacking. Ethan and the alien remained side by side, ready for anything. The commander's voice echoed one last time, we will return for evaluation. Human, do not make the mistake of interfering again. As the imperial figure disappeared into the light beam, Ethan exhaled slowly, realizing that he had survived the first test, but the galaxy's challenges were only beginning. The alien elder's glow dimmed slightly, but the bond between them had grown stronger, trust built through courage and shared strategy. Ethan looked at the glowing device and then at the alien. We did it, for now, he whispered, but both knew the Empire would return. The elder emitted a soft hum, communicating reassurance and warning. Ethan understood that this was only one battle in a much larger story. And so, the quiet plains of Aridia became a stage for courage, cleverness, and the quiet power of compassion. Ethan realized that one human, working with an alien elder, could challenge even the might of imperial forces. The story of kindness, strategy, and bravery was far from over, and the next chapter would demand even more. Dawn broke over Aridia, painting the rocky plains with soft orange light. Ethan stood beside the alien elder, watching the imperial ships hover silently above. The tension of the previous night lingered in the air, but a sense of cautious hope grew within him. The glowing device pulsed gently in Ethan's hand, and the elder's tattoos shimmered with quiet energy, signaling that the time for action had come. The lead imperial ship descended slowly, and a beam of light extended to the ground, carrying a single, towering figure in polished armor. The commander approached, his presence commanding and calm, yet there was something different in his demeanor, a hint of respect. Human, the voice boomed, but softer than before, your actions have been noted, and the consequences of your kindness are not unnoticed. Ethan's heart pounded, unsure what this meant, but the alien elder glowed softly, reassuring him. The commander gestured toward the elder, then back at Ethan. This creature is a valued envoy, and your courage and compassion have earned the recognition of the Empire. Ethan blinked, struggling to understand. The Empire was not punishing him, they were acknowledging him, a human, for showing empathy and bravery. The elder stepped closer, its eyes glowing brightly, as if confirming the commander's words. The drones hovered around silently, their sensors now recording rather than threatening. The commander continued, "The galaxy is vast and dangerous, but acts of honor are rare and important. You have proven that humans can be allies, not just by strength, but by heart." Ethan felt a mixture of relief and pride. He had feared punishment, but instead, the Empire had recognized his courage and the alien elder's trust in him. The elder made a soft hum, and the glowing patterns on its skin flickered like a gentle applause. Suddenly, a small, metallic container descended from the Imperial ship, landing at Ethan's feet. He opened it cautiously and found advanced tools, supplies, and a few compact devices that he had never seen before. Clearly, these were gifts, rewards for his actions. The commander spoke again, "Use these wisely, human, for they will aid you in future trials. The galaxy watches, and your deeds will be remembered." Ethan nodded silently, holding the glowing device tightly, feeling the weight of responsibility and honor. The alien elder made a gesture, placing its hand on Ethan's shoulder, and the glow spread gently, as if blessing him. Ethan understood that the bond they shared had grown stronger through trials, courage, and compassion. He felt ready to face whatever challenges came next. The Imperial drones slowly lifted, and the ships began to retreat into the sky, leaving Ethan and the elder alone on the rocky plains. The tension faded, replaced by a sense of purpose, and the quiet realization that one human's small act of kindness could ripple across the galaxy. Ethan looked at the stars above, the twin suns now rising in the distance. The alien elder tilted its head, emitting soft melodic sounds that Ethan felt in his chest. Gratitude, trust, and hope were clear, and he knew their journey was only beginning. He whispered to the elder, "We made a difference." Together, the elder responded with a glowing touch, pressing its hand gently against his, and Ethan felt a surge of warmth, a silent promise of protection and companionship. In the quiet morning light, Ethan realized that courage, compassion, and cleverness were more powerful than any weapon. The galaxy had witnessed his deeds, and he had earned the respect of beings far greater than himself. And so, on a lonely planet, a human and a starving alien elder had changed their fates, and perhaps the fates of many across the stars. One small act of kindness had grown into a story of recognition, reward, and honor, with endless possibilities ahead. As Ethan prepared to explore the new technology and guidance the Empire had provided, he looked back at the alien elder, glowing softly, and smiled. The adventure was far from over, and the stars above promised more challenges, more discoveries, and more moments where humanity could shine.